everybody, it's Mike coming to you from Vaught RV here in Fort Worth, Texas. Right behind me, I have a model of a Pinnacle, Jayco Pinnacle, that we haven't had on the lot here before. It's a 38 FLGS. It's a front lofted living room floor plan. Really special. I've got three favorite things I want to point out to you about this model, and then we'll get started with our walkthrough. So let's get started. Number one, while I have a little slide here, there's not a big slide coming out into the patio side, the fun side of our campsite. Number two, we have this huge pass-through storage in the back of the coach. Number three, I have a half bath right off the kitchen and a huge master bath here right off of our master bedroom. Okay, let's start on the outside of this 38 FLGS. We're over 15,000 pounds dry weight. We're over 44 feet long. This is not a small trailer. It's not for the meek. But I'll tell you what, if it's something that you're looking to live in, travel full time, really want to have the comforts of home, you're pulling your own condominium behind you here, and you really can't go wrong with what you're going to find in this floor plan. So let's start on the outside before we go on the inside. One thing that strikes me looking at this unit just from this angle, again, is the huge amount of unobstructed patio space. We have two awnings that together give you about 30 feet of awning coverage on what I like to call the fun side of the coach. Normally you have a slide that protrudes into the campsite side. Oftentimes in a campsite you'll have trees, you'll have vegetation, you'll have your neighbor next to you. Heck, sometimes you've got units as close as what we've got these parked out here. If you have a slide that comes out here, it really eats into your usable space on the fun side of the unit. We don't have that here. I've got all this space, awnings come out. This is the side where I can be cooking and enjoying the evening, maybe a view of the lake or whatever. That's a big plus to me. All right, as is always the case with these fifth wheels on Jayco, you're gonna have nice pass-through storage up front. Now, because of the way this is designed, we've got the option, we added the option here to have a tailgater TV that pulls right out. I can tilt this around to our fun side, patio side, and it's got this little protective wall here, so if you've got lawn chairs and camping supplies stacked in here, you're not scratching the front of your screen. We have motion sensor lights everywhere, so there's motion sensor light there. I have a little access port here where I can run cordage up here. If I've got a golf cart that I need to charge or lights, I can plug them in right there. Notice how clean the storage is, and also notice something right up there. There's a heat duct, right? So we're climate controlled under here. When your furnace is cycling on and off, you're getting heat pushed to this part of the coach. You'll notice up there's a 5-gallon water bottle. That water bottle serves the ice and water in the refrigerator, as well as the spigot in the island inside the coach. Now, I always point out these things. These are thermistors. This is a little temperature sensor, so you're able to sample the air temperature outside of the coach as well as inside the coach and monitor temperatures everywhere, and you'll be able to do that through your BM Pro on the inside. We have a 12-gallon DSI water heater right here. This is a spray port. There's one on either side. It's got a quick connect, so you can hook a spray hose in there, spray off your sandy feet at the beach, the pets, your kids, your spouse, what have you. We have a propane bottle here, as well as the other side I've got two. Now this unit's been gen prepped. That means we've doubled our propane capacity. Not just 60 with two 30s, but 120 with three 40s. So we've doubled our propane capacity. Whether or not you decide to get a generator, you've doubled your propane capacity by getting a unit that's gen prepped like this one. See, we're already wired. We have our harness right there to tie into the generator, which would rest in here. Here's our battery tray. We can put up to 6 batteries in here. And then up here you have a little extra storage as well. Hydraulic pump right here for your jacks. All right, moving right around to the other side. Here's our other two propane bottles inside this door right there. And then here's our utility center. Always like that Jayco makes this easy to follow, even if this is your first time. You might have noticed that that light came on. These are all motion sensor lights. That's super handy when you're out here setting up camp after dark, and you oftentimes will be. This takes the mystery out of how to set these knobs based on if you're dry camping, if you're winterizing your unit, or in many cases, most cases, you're on city water. Just set these according to this little guide and you're good to go. There is a black tank flush that helps keep your black tank clean and rinsed out. Your main city water connection is here, and then we have a whole house water filter right here. This is filtering all the water that's going in the coach. Now you also have a filter in the fridge itself, and that's being supplied by that 5-gallon water jug sitting right inside there. You can see our little inverter right there to the left. You need to access the inverter. And then looking up to the top part, you'll see the 2 little modules, which are the Schwintech slide modules. We like those. More importantly, our techs like them for 2 reasons. They don't break very often, and if they ever do, they're easy to troubleshoot. And they're easy for you to troubleshoot on the road. If you ever have a slide issue with these Schwintech units, they're really easy to troubleshoot and override if you ever have to do that. This is your furnace vent right here. Now I want to talk a little bit about Jayco warranty and construction. I talk about this in all my videos, but this might be the first video you're watching. All of these fiberglass walls on Jayco fifth wheels are vacuum bonded. It's a process that Jayco goes through. It's slow and tedious, but they're putting 144 tons of pressure for 16 minutes on this fiberglass sidewall. It's basically a sandwich. Think of it as a giant food saver for an RV wall. It distributes all the adhesive out, which really minimizes the chance of you ever having a wall delamination issue with a Jayco unit. You're the beneficiary of a process that Jayco does that costs them more to do. Hold your value a lot longer too. Now look at this. Looks like a storage door, but this is access to the backside of your residential fridge. So, should you ever need to get in here, access this valve, or get into this panel, it's easy to do. You don't have to pull the fridge out from the inside. Just open this door and boom, you've got easy access for it. Now, I pointed out that storage. This is one thing that you rarely get in a fifth wheel unless you have a lofted rear master suite or a front living room like we're dealing with here. All the storage space in here. Again, motion sensor light. Here's another one of these Schwintech slide modules. Handy to reach if you ever need to. And wait, there's more. More storage back here in this back little corner. So this is great for things that you don't need to access quite as often. Maybe, lawn chairs and extra camping supplies, put them in plastic bins up in here. Now, one of the things that distinguishes a Pinnacle from a North Point or an Eagle is the power cord reel. Now this thing's a 50 amp coach, of course, and this thing gets really stiff and obstinate and heavy when it gets cold outside. This is great. You can reel it in right here and not have to wrestle that big, heavy power cord. That's a really neat feature. Another thing that distinguishes the Pinnacle is a one-piece molded rear cap. This is an automotive style rear cap on this coach. So it's all integrated with the lights instead of a straight wall, which if you pan over there and look at the North Point, you can see just a straight wall on the back. Compare that to these Pinnacles, one-piece molded rear cap. That's a thing that differentiates these. Now, up here we've got a rear camera as well as side cameras on this unit. We do have a hitch back here. If you do want to tow a small boat or something like that, it's 3,000 pound weight capacity. Most people are going to use this to put a luggage rack, bicycle rack, maybe put a smoker or a grill or something, and you can wire it with lights back here too. Sneaking around to the other side, we have a neat little outdoor kitchen assembly here. So we have a griddle right here. Pull this guy out, and it just keeps coming out. So we have a nice work surface right here. Beautiful griddle here with our utensil drawer. Easy to access controls. We do have a sink here that's plumbed to our holding tank, so you can be washing your hands up here and reach for that beverage while you're preparing dinner. Oh, hey, it's running too. It's really, really cold. Really like that. This is running off 110 household current. Get to the campsite, load that up with your favorite beverage, and you're good to go. I like this because we have all this extra prep space on this unit, including on the top of that. And you can latch it in for travel so it's not bouncing around in here. Moving up here, again, the other side of that huge pass-through storage area. This is your central vac system. So this is where your vacuum bag is going to live. Just like a household application, your vacuum bag is easy to replace in here. If you want to put another TV up here, remember we've got a tailgater TV up there. You can put a television connection right here and have it on the patio side. Now, notice this. That's the JBL logo. These are JBL speakers. Outside, JBL sound system on the inside. All the speakers on the inside are JBL. Fantastic. I'm a musician. I can appreciate audio quality, and that's a giant leap forward. These are actually decent speakers. Now, again, all this awning space. So we've got frameless windows that tilt out. Nice, clean, modern feel to this whole thing. Popping both of those awnings out really gives you a lot of space on this side. Now look how wide these steps are. So now that we're up into the Pinnacle, we have nice wide steps, a much taller window assembly, which has a shade already integrated into the window unit. A lot of people say, what do you do with these steps when you travel? These are the greatest things ever. These are MORryde step above steps. There's zero gravity, so it's easy to lift this up and it won't come crashing down on my noggin. You can adjust each one of these legs by releasing the tab right here and moving these in and out. Just push it up in here for travel, close the door like so, and that's the travel position. In reverse, open this up, give it a pull, and deploy the steps. Really fantastic. So, outside, now let's go inside. Okay, now we're on the inside of this 38 FLGS Pinnacle. So we're on the inside of a front living room Pinnacle model. There's a North Point sister floor plan to this. We're in the Pinnacle. It's laid out a little bit differently, and I'm curious what you think. One of the distinguishing differences is the way Jayco has designed the island and the table right here. In the North Point, the island is turned this way, and you have a table that's in a little slide which protrudes into your patio side. In this case, we've got the island going perpendicular, you might say, and this table right here. Now this is unique because this is on a glide. You can move this table all the way to this wall. I can push it all the way over there. So if it's just the two of you, a retired couple perhaps, and you've got a beautiful view out this window, that's not the worst thing to be sitting here eating dinner looking at that view. If you want to push it out of the way and access the storage underneath the cabinets here, you can do that because I have cabinets all the way from this side all the way to where those two chairs are. There is a little pin that we can lock this in place so it's not sliding around. But I'm curious what you think about this, especially if you've been shopping other Jayco front living room floor plans like the North Point. We're in the Pinnacle here. Curious what you think. Now I do have power up here to put a coffee maker or what have you right up here. I've got cabinets that I can access on this side, in here, and on the other side because hey, we have a TV on a televator on this side and there's a larger TV on the other side. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Let's talk about the galley a little bit more. Here's our island. I have a power module right here with USB and household current for putting that blender again or coffee maker or what have you up here. Right here is this water spigot which is served by that 5-gallon water bottle that's down in the basement that we pointed out before. Now notice we have an apron style sink here. That's going to differentiate the Pinnacle from the North Point. And then we've got some storage under here. We can pull this out. These are solid surface covers for the sink, and there's little slots to put them in. And then right next to that is a place for the trash can, and then we also have drawer space as well. So Jayco's cabinet build is on display here. Notice we have solid surface fronts on all the drawers, solid surface fronts on all the cabinets, and in Jayco's case with all the Pinnacles, even the stiles, the cabinet housing itself is all solid maple wood. That's fantastic. So little features like this show up on the Pinnacle, soft closed drawers and everything. Really like that. Now we have a 21 cubic foot Whirlpool residential refrigerator with ice and water in the door. So Brian, cue the music. How great is that? So you're bringing the same refrigerator on the road with you that you may have in your home. A really quality refrigerator with lots of room for groceries. Now, we're up here in the galley area. We have a 4-burner chef-style cooktop with a very nice sized oven. Yes, big enough to do that turkey if you'd like to do that. Backlit controls here. This is an Insignia brand that's serviced by Best Buy. Good quality. Now this is a residential size convection microwave up top here. Same as you would put in your home. Wine rack up above, and then storage on either side of the microwave on top. So here we have solid maple cabinet build all the way around. There's J-Voice on this. This is a reminder to tell you about that. So there's voice control on this unit. It may not be updated yet, but you can do simple controls for all the interior and exterior lights, mostly lighting controls, but you can control the main AC too by coming in just by giving it a voice command. So that's pretty cool. Storage under here and more drawer space right there. Soft close, love that. On each side. Now you'll see these little remote control looking modules. You can do so many of these functions here on your phone. You can do it from the BM Pro panel up on the wall that I'll show you in a second. But you'll see these little things. There's going to be one in the living room, bedroom, and up here. These are little shortcuts for lighting controls, so you can just tap it up there if you're here cooking and you don't have your phone handy. You can handle a lot of the lighting controls right there. So again, back to our table assembly here. I've got 2 chairs here and 2 more up under the bed. This thing will slide as far as right here in this direction. You can lock it in place. I'm gonna put that up there for now. I can slide it all the way to the wall if I want to, and then I can access the cabinet space under here. I've got USB charging ports all along here, so you can be charging your cell phone up on here or on the table, or if you have a laptop or something like that. Now, this is great. I can't forget doing these things. Jayco makes it easy to remind me. The 2+3 year warranty. So 2 years comprehensive on this thing, basically bumper to bumper. That's the industry leading warranty. If you're off 2 full camping seasons, so in month 18, heaven forbid, if something were to go awry, maybe one of your AC units has an issue or something like that, you can take it to any Jayco dealer on the planet and they're going to work on the unit for you as if you purchased it from them. Love it if you bring it back to us, but you don't have to. You're covered no matter where you are. Now this has the WineGuard Air 360, which is right up there on the ceiling. That is an FM antenna. It's a TV, an HD TV antenna, and it's also a Wi-Fi booster. What's more, you can put a data card in there, a SIM card I should say, and then create a hotspot in this unit so you can have Wi-Fi in here. Put a security system in here. If you got kids with gaming consoles or whatever, you can create a dedicated hotspot in here, and it's a pretty straightforward process, all in that one antenna assembly. Now let's go up the steps here and have a look into the front lofted living room. That's what's make this so special. I have opposing sofas and of course opposing slides. So each of these sides goes out and we have this great living room up here. If it's just you and the spouse, I have perfect viewing angle right across from that smart TV. It's an Insignia Fire TV and fireplace underneath, and then this JBL sound system that I was referring to. You have 3 zones. A are these speakers right here, so you can get that really great surround sound from your television. B are the speakers up in the ceiling, and then C are the speakers out on the patio. You can turn them all on if you want to. Not only is this fun to look at, but it's actually a heater. So almost 5,000 BTUs of heat. So if you paid your 50, 60 bucks a night at a campsite, use their power to knock the chill off your unit instead of propane. This will do a great job of it. Turn your central unit on just air recirculating the fan, turn on your heater here. You also have a heat pump up there on the roof too, so that's an electric heat pump. Of course, this is electric. You can do a nice job without even ever having to use your furnace in many cases. Now, each one of these sofas folds out into a bed. So this is a trifold sofa, that's a trifold sofa over there. So if you have guests or the grandkids come visit or whatever, you've got space to keep them happy. And with the TV up here, you actually have a little bit of privacy. It's not quite like a separate bedroom, but it's the next best thing. Now, as I always like to say, whether or not you tell anyone that these convert into a bed, that's your business. But you can sleep a couple couples up here, a couple folks comfortably, and each with their own beds up here in the living room portion. Nice storage on either side of the recliners. This is the same on each side, so storage on the bottom and shelf storage up there for books and whatnot. There is electrical connections behind here as well as USB, so no matter what your power needs are, you're covered. Light switch right behind here. There's a little cabinet right to the left of the fireplace here, which will give you access to your JBL subwoofer down there, so that's giving you that really nice low-end sound spectrum. That really makes a difference when you're watching those scary movies. You've got two HDMI cables here ready to receive connections for a gaming console, anything like that. These are already wired into that TV. So one improvement Jayco did in the 2022 year model is give you this so you didn't have to fish those up through there, because chances are you're going to want to connect something to that TV. And then again, I can access my storage from this side of the cabinet. If the TV's down, I can open up these two doors and have access in there. More USB ports galore. All right, really neat front living room plan. I like it. We have real tile backsplash there. There's real tile up here. So again, that's a Pinnacle thing. Once we move from a North Point up into the Pinnacle, we get things like real tile. I have a central vac system. I pointed out the bag assembly down in the basement, but right here is, you open up this flap and your hose will connect in there. And you've got hose and attachments that will reach from one end of the coach to the other. This is what I call the magic dustpan. I suggest keeping a straight broom close to the door here. This is where the leaves and the grass clippings and the dog hair all ends up here. You just flip that up with your foot and away it goes. Really handy. I like that. And right inside the door, speaking of handy, is a nice coat closet. You can flip up these shelves like this and hang your jackets, umbrellas, hat, what have you. You can flip that up, so I've got all the way down to the bottom. I could put fishing poles or whatever I wanted to in there, and you got three heavy-duty hooks up here. Real handy, right next to the door, exactly where it should be. And the half bath before I go on. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Nice big medicine cabinet with a backlit lighting display. Again, real tile backsplash, an undermount sink. Now, here's another Pinnacle difference. This is solid surface. In the North Point, you'll have just a molded countertop in the bathroom, but in the Pinnacle, even in the bathrooms, you're going to have solid surface throughout. This is a porcelain toilet, just like the main one up there. You've got storage under here. Not a ton of room in here, but remember, this is the half bath. This is the extra bath. I'm 6 feet tall. I got enough room in here to do what I need to do. Okay. Two little hooks here behind for hanging your bathrobe or your jacket right behind there. Now, I mentioned the BM Pro system. This is an Android tablet. This is the brains of the coach. So if we go to home, we have climate, lights, tanks, energy, and motors. All of those systems here. Let's say I go to motors. That's going to be your awning, your jacks, your slide motors, and everything. We can control that all from this panel by dragging it up. It's all a touch panel. If I go to the lights, I can dim each of the lights by just dragging it right or left. The fun thing about this is you can put this app, this BM Pro app, on your phone, do everything that you can do here on your phone, whether you're laying in the bed, out on the patio. If you're within 100 feet or so, just from Bluetooth, you can control it from your phone walking around the outside of the coach. If you have Wi-Fi here and wherever you are, say you go into town, have dinner, and you forgot to turn the lights on or off, you can pull out your app on your phone and do it remotely from miles away. So that's a neat feature. Now, stepping up into this is another thing that makes this floor plan really special, is this just beautiful master suite. We have a king bed and a crazy nice master bath with 2 basin sinks in there. Very nicely decorated. You know, one thing in the RV industry, a lot of people say, well, I wish women would design these things. Well, good news. Stacy Stewart is the lead designer at Jayco, and guess what? She's an RVer too. So, and that's apparent in a lot of things that you'll see in Jayco design, the decor especially. It's got a really nice updated feel to it. Okay, underneath our king bed is a bunch of goodies, right? So we have our rear view camera for the observation system. I have 2 more chairs that are upholstered just like those ones up front. They're just folding chairs. Some things for your microwave. These are the attachments for your central vac system, water filter for the whole house water filter, and then this is for your quick connect out there. To pop this in, rinse off those feet at the beach, and so on. So you have extra storage underneath this. I always tell people when you're shopping, and you should, lift up the mattress and see what you see. On every single Jayco, you're going to see plywood, not OSB or particle board. There's plywood here, there's plywood under my feet, and there's plywood up in the roofing structure. It's stronger. It's why Jaycos tend to weigh a few more pounds and cost a few more bucks than the other brands. I'm telling you this stuff not as a sales pitch, but the reasons that made my wife and me decide to buy a Jayco ourselves. So, and it has the added benefit of actually being true, right? So moving around here, well, yeah, right behind me, I have all this cabinet build out next to the TV. So I have drawers underneath here, a nice little place to sit down, put your shoes on. I've got shelved storage here, 2 drawers below. Now, always with Jayco's cabinet build, you're going to have ball bearing drawer glides, full extension drawer glides. They don't just come out this far, they're full extension drawer glides. And inside here, I see we have a wireless charging, so you can lay your cell phone in there at night or whatever, wireless charging. Place to hang up clothes in there as well. And then, of course, I mentioned the TV, also Insignia brand TV. Now, I've got basically a barn door type enclosure here on rails. So there and here, so I can have total privacy in here. And these are tucked away to keep out of the way and not take up too much room. Stepping into this is really special. All kinds of room in here. So his and her basin sinks with a bay of drawers right in the middle. Lots of storage, again, soft close, storage under that sink, storage under this sink. Again, this is all solid surface, no laminate anywhere in a Pinnacle. I love the underlight LED accent lights under these shelves. Really nice. Little lighting around each one of the mirrors here. Beautiful big shower. Little quick tip, if you see the pink stuff, and you will in RVs, that means it's been winterized. This is RV antifreeze. It's not pink lemonade that some kid threw in there. All right, check this out. I've got boom, 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 boom. How about this shower head? These are adjustable, really modern design, really luxurious feel. Now, I'm 6 foot tall and I got plenty of room to maneuver. You've got a teak bench right here that flips up out of the way, and 2 places to hang towels, bathrobe, or what have you. Really nice up here, and a lot of room too, with a skylight up above, and we do have a fantastic vent to pull the humidity out of the coach when you're in here showering. You can control that from this little control right here. Also have storage up here, extra rolls of TP, bathrobes, and what have you. Right here we got washer and dryer hookups, power in the back, hot and cold. Right there's where your dryer vent will go. Now, if you opt not to put a washer and dryer in here, pull this down, and we just have storage in here with more hanging clothes storage. There's room in here to accommodate a split and DD stackable washer and dryer unit, or you can put a combo if you prefer. My experience is the stackable, in other words, the split units, work better than the combo, but you could do either one in here. Very nice. So again, we're in the Pinnacle 38 FLGS front living room. It's got a lot to offer. What I would really love for you to do is to drop a comment below on what you think about this floor plan in general. If you watched this long, probably you're shopping Jayco's, maybe you're shopping front living room. This is the only front living room floor plan in the Pinnacle line. There's one front living room plan in the North Point line. I'm just curious what you think about it. Also, one other thing that differentiates a Pinnacle, and we'll do a North Point versus Pinnacle video real soon, is day and night shades both. On every Pinnacle, you'll have not only night shades, total blackout, but you'll have day shades as well. That's true on every Pinnacle, so that's pretty special. But let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about the overall floor plan of this unit. As always, appreciate it if you click like and subscribe below. Work hard to bring these videos to you. Love to hear from you with your comments about the videos and videos maybe you would like us to do. My name is Mike here at VaughtRV. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Howdy everybody, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two from what I had to say. If you did and feel like it, then click subscribe below. And when I post a video, you'll be the first to know. See you next time.